be showing you how to make a flashlight attachment to attach to any Nerf gun. This attaches just like normal, and then you can illuminate things. That's what a flashlight does. Keep in mind, this is not the most professional way to do this. This is just super cheap, super easy, and very fast. So what you're going to need, first, an N-Strike rail attachment. This can be anything with this clipping system that actually attaches to a rail. Doesn't matter what it is because we are stripping this system from the actual shell. Next, you'll need a flashlight. The brighter and the lighter, the better. Brighter being obviously a better light, and lighter meaning lower mass, because this will be on a plastic mounting system and you can't put on a 7-pound mag light and expect that to be stable. So remove the screws from your component and take it apart. The internals are going to vary depending on what item you're taking apart, but this piece will just slip out. This is the component that actually attaches itself to your N-Strike rail that is located on your actual blaster. So after you have this component, the objective is to put the zip tie underneath the little strip here. However, there is not enough clearance to do that, so you have to get a screwdriver and loosen those two screws. You do not need to take them all the way out, you just need to loosen them enough to create a gap for the zip tie. So after you've loosened them, you'll be able to wiggle in a zip tie. 2 will be sufficient, but I'm doing 3 just to make sure the flashlight is secure. After your zip ties are underneath the slot, you want to tighten your screws back down because that needs to be tight. It doesn't need to be tight enough to hold the zip tie in by itself, it just needs to be tight to make sure it operates properly. At this step, you're going to want to start your zip tie by just loosely connecting them to themselves. You obviously don't want to tighten them all the way down before your item is actually inserted. Alrighty, now it's time to place your item within the zip ties. If you want to put a laser pointer on, the concept is like the exact same. Keep in mind, the little locking tooth goes in the forward position, so my torch is going to be facing obviously the muzzle, so I'll want to have that in this orientation. So I'll simply hold this in with my hand as I tighten the zip ties to make sure it holds. You can relocate the zip ties after they're tightened so you don't have to worry about their orientation. Make sure your zip ties are as tight as possible. You want to make sure you shift these locking mechs to the base because up here they're just going to look a little goofy. So after they're located in the base here, you want to get your clippers and clip these zip ties, or at least the rest of it. If you're thinking you'll just use the standard lights that Nerf gives you, this is that brightness. While it is pretty cool, it's not actually going to help you navigate anywhere in the dark. This isn't even a very nice flashlight, and it is mad bright compared to this lame little green thing. The modification's effectiveness is directly dependent on what type of flashlight you purchase, but it's obviously better than theirs. That's a quick and cheap way to make a flashlight attachment. Thanks for watching. You can only pull the trigger when the motor switch is actually on. Trigger pull is a bit sloppy. You are rotating the mech and ejecting your little poker arm into the dart, so there is a lot going on there. So it makes